it going?
News Day!
It's news day.
It's a news day. It is the new news day.
I genuinely look forward to this.
News is pretty fun.
Like,
I think we've hit our stride with the news.
and especially because there's some weeks where I'm like, dude, I got some things that are gonna blow the top off your top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've really started enjoying it more since I started contributing something from my end too. Because it gives me something to kind of like, there's some prep that you give me with like watching these things.
Watch the trailers.
Which I usually already watch anyway.
Yeah.
Now, but because I'm obligated to, so when they come across, I don't just immediatity ignore them.
Yeah. You're like, he's probably going to want to talk about this.
Might as well watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
And doing the news in person it has a little more personability to it. Anyways, hello and welcome to the Movie Men Podcast.
We are the PD.
That's Carl.
That's Brady.
And we're going to kick things off with Carl's segment that we've ChatGPT named it, and I don't remember.
We didn't write it down.
I don't remember what I named it. Hang on, Chat.
We're going to do this again.
GPT.
This is what our Patreon folks pay for. Repeat content.
I mean, I'm sure it's saved.
I don't know. I've never used ChatGPT. Does it save your previous stuff? Is there a...
Yeah.
Does it have cookies? Does ChatGPT like cookies? You should ask it that. Ask ChatGPT, do you like cookies?
It said Tech Horizon Spotlight was one of them.
Tucker Horizon Spotlight? Are we a conservative news podcast now?
Tech Horizon. Future Tech Unveiled.
Okay,
Unveiled.
I'm gonna change my ongoing email draft where I store my notes.
What is a good name for
Tech Horizon? I like that.
Carl's
What was it? Tech Horizon or just
Tech Horizon Spotlight?
I like that.
What is a good name for Carl's non-movie related news segment on an otherwise movie centric, that's not how you spell centric,
centrifugal
podcast. Carl's Current Affairs Corner.
I like Tech Horizon.
All right.
Let's stick with Tech Horizon. I'm saving it as Tech Horizon.
So if you're new to the show, the way this part works is Carl, before we get into our movie news topics for this week, Carl rambles off 3 different options for some techie things that are going on in the world. I choose between the 3 options, and he tells me a little bit more about it. He actually tells me a little bit about all 3.
I give like a teaser for the other 2.
Yeah.
But then we dive into the 3rd.
Yeah.
All right. So here are your options. These ones are fun. I like these ones. No Hydra babies for you.
Hydra?
Hydra.
As in like Hail Hydra?
As in the multi-headed snake. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Forget AI. MIT's shooting for ACS.
Forget AI. MIT's shooting for what?
ACS.
ACS.
So there's a lot of acronyms in that one, but
okay.
You might know some of them. You might not. And the last one is greatest invention of all time.
Based on who? I'm going to go with greatest invention of all time just because I think this is probably based on your criteria and it's probably stupid. And so that's what I'm basing that off of.
All right. Okay. So Hydra baby.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there are 2-headed snakes in the world.
Yes. I have seen one.
Yeah.
Not like a dead one.
I got a picture of a live one right there from this article.
Okay.
It lives in Missouri. Was found in Missouri and lives in a zoo in Missouri.
Okay.
And they found out it needed some. Excuse me.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Whoa, that was a big burp. Sorry, folks. It was spitting up some blood, and they realized that it had some kind of ovary egg thing going on, so they took out its ovaries. So no more Hydra babies for you.
Okay.
But it's a cute little... As a two-headed snake, I was like, that's a two-headed snake. That's a Hydra.
I do want to say...
like a Hydra, because you cut the Hydra.
I do want to say the longer this segment has gone on in the existence of the podcast, the more vague and obscure these titles have become. There was a point in time where you would give 3 options, and I could reasonably guess... Yeah. What the hell you were talking about. Now I have no idea.
Yeah. That's half the fun for me.
Yeah.
Is coming up with the titles to kind of like throw you off a bit, which sometimes is easier than others and sometimes it's harder than others. But anyway, MIT is looking at doing something a little different. Engineers are developing software that uses, and I said, what did I say? I've got the article open, so I'm not looking at my title anymore.
ACS. Forget AI. MIT looking at ACS is what you said.
I'm looking for the part in the article where I pulled ACS from.
Because I looked up ACS and all I got was American College of Surgeons.
No, ACS is something I came up with.
American Cancer Society, American Chemical Society.
So AI is artificial intelligence.
Right.
I came up with ACS, and that's artificial common sense. So MIT is... Thank you. Yes. Hey, we got thingies now. MIT's engineers are developing software for household robots like your Roombas and your mixer stands or whatever.
Okay.
That will use kind of common sense algorithms and thingies and learning to kind of process things. So like the article talks about like if a human goes in to scoop a thing of marbles, it's not just like a one-step thing. There's lots of little nuances that happen. Like as you're picking them up, if you want to grab more, you might make a small adjustment.
Right.
So they're kind of, it's kind of like sort of a machine learning that the robot will learn to like, if I do this a little bit more, I'll get some more. This is what to watch out for kind of stuff.
Right. Okay.
So just some kind of, pretty interesting. Anyway, you chose the greatest invention of all time. I'm going to have to
talk into your microphone.
Should I should share this with you, I guess.
Okay.
Let me just bring up let me select it. Okay. Share on Facebook. On Facebook Messenger. It won't let me share it on Facebook Messenger. Oh, there it is. Facebook Messenger to Brady. There you go. I sent it to you. So this is a new website that I found called Brew, and this is just like it's not. Didn't look too much at the website's articles, but they're kind of like more everyday world news but not like your 6 o'clock news kind of news. Fun. So yeah, this is they've created this voting schedule with a tiered bracket.
I'm going with number 10 all the way
for the greatest invention of all time.
Ooh, number 10 and number 4.
There are four different brackets. They've named the brackets north, south, east, and west, and the brackets will show down all the way down to a single finalist.
Okay,
and so like running down the list,
starting with north,
we have the wheel,
which people always say, reinvent the wheel and
versus the Roomba.
Okay,
which you're not going to have a Roomba without the wheels.
Okay,
so.
hang on a second. This is really cool Can we? Okay. Hang on. So this
you
is
want to follow this?
No. So this is really cool. And yeah, so what it is it's like they're brackets, right? And so it's like
a playoff bracket.
The number 1 seed versus the number 16 seed, and so on and so forth. I want to put a pin in this. I don't want to read any more of this list. And then for a Patreon bonus episode, I want you and I to go through and actually determine our own winners for each one. Okay. Because the amount of effort and time that I want to put into this, because I'm actually really into this, is too like it's gonna take too much time for.
I seen it come across my newsfeed, and I was like, "What?"
Have you read all through it?
And I thought it was probably what you thought, right? Like when I clicked on the link, I was like, "Greatest invention!" But like, there's some new invention out there that's being dubbed the greatest invention. But then I opened it and I was like, oh, it's like they're facing off the inventions over the course. And then I looked at the brackets and it's like, yeah, so like the first in the north is wheel versus Roomba. So we're talking like ancient invention versus like modern inventions.
So I'm bookmarking this.
So yeah, I thought, this would be really fun to talk about. But you're going to take it a step further. Okay, so
we'll make a whole thing of this.
And you're not a Patreon guy or a girl, and you want to check it out, it's something on the morningbrew.com. You can check it out yourself.
morningbrew.com/daily/story/2004/greatest invention greatest invention of all time bracket $ref equals the futurist.
Or you could just save yourself,
sign up to Patreon,
some time and spend a couple bucks,
$1 a month, $1 a month
for minimum. You could go more if you want.
You could go more.
And yeah, you could hear us talk.
You can hear us break down this whole thing because I'm excited for this.
It's pretty cool.
All right, now jumping into our news topics for today. There are few characters in the history of literature and in the history of film that stand the test of time and exist in film over now 60 years. B, are constantly recast so that character can live on. And C, has a fan community going, who's going to be the new blank?
When the other one retires.
Right. Yeah. A good example of this, an example of it would be Doctor Who.
Yep.
Who's the new Doctor going to be? Right? He's been around forever. The character seems to persist, and everyone wants to know who the hell the new Doctor is going to be.
Yeah.
We're not quite there at the same level yet, but you could almost say similarly, Batman kind of falls into that category a little bit. Who's the new Batman?
Yeah. Or any superhero that there's a thing coming out for. Yeah.
But the one that seems to reign supreme,
Austin Powers,
is the character that Austin Powers is pretty heavily parodied off of.
That guy was only played by one person, right?
James Bond. And we've been wondering for a while now, right? Ever since we knew that No Time to Die was going to be Daniel Craig's final Bond film.
Yeah.
The question, obviously it's not going to end there. They're not going to stop making James Bond films, right?
Just reboot it and start over.
Someone has to have sex in a boat. And so who's going to be the new James Bond? Well, a rumor came out this past week that, again, is just a rumor. It's a report. It has not been 100% confirmed, but people are running with this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Not only are people running with this in terms of news outlets, but previous still living Bond actors, people like George Lazenby and Pierce Brosnan, are throwing their backing behind this casting choice and saying, that guy has what it takes. We think he would make a great Bond.
He's got the looks. He's got the swagger.
Listen. So the person in question is Aaron Taylor Johnson. Played Kick-Ass, played Quicksilver in The Flash, basically. Played Quicksilver in the MCU, right? Not the Evan Peters version from the Fox X-Men films.
And WandaVision.
No, that was Ralph Boner.
Are you sure?
We got bonered. Now, I will say this. I will say two things. Number one, if Aaron Taylor Johnson is British.
Those are great American accents.
I don't think you necessarily need to be British to play Bond, but I think you should be. I think that's a fun, time-honored tradition that there's no reason to really break up.
Because the rights to Bond are still... There's a lot of rights to Bond.
It's the Broccoli family are the Barbara Broccoli.
Yeah. I wonder if they have like... because I would assume they're British.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like a standing agreement, spoken or unspoken or written or unwritten, that Bond has to be British.
I'm sure there is. Now, there was a couple of potential people in the running for a while. Idris Elba. A lot of people were talking up the idea of Idris Elba.
Yeah. It would be a departure from a character trait.
But here's the problem. Idris Elba,
which some people would have an issue with, but at the same time, I think even those people would be okay with.
But here's the problem. Idris Elba's 51.
Yeah, if you're going to do several movies.
Right? Yeah. Aaron Taylor Johnson's 33.
Oh man. Sorry, this is on track, but yeah, this is totally on track. There's a movie that is a follow-up to apparently a show, I think, starring Idris Elba.
Okay.
But the end of the movie makes it feel like a setup for Bond.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's called
Luther?
Luther, yeah. I don't think the movie's called Luther. The show is called Luther. I haven't seen the show, but Emily and I watched the movie.
A feature film continuum called Luther the Fallen Son.
Yeah. The movie ends, and it's pretty much like, we want you to join us at MI6 or whatever.
Yeah, DCI.
My name's M. It's like, it totally feels like... They're asking him to be Bond, because the whole movie he acts like Bond almost.
So two things.
Cool. Anyway,
one, if Aaron Taylor Johnson is cast, he will be the most buff Bond we've ever had. Aaron Taylor Johnson is jacked. He's a big guy.
Daniel Craig got pretty ripped.
Yeah, no. Have you seen recent photos of Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Oh, I assume he's...
Let me pull this up.
Played superhero films. He's
shirtless. My Google search is just like...
What are you searching?
We've not had a Bond that jacked.
Yeah.
Right? So
I wouldn't say he's jacked. I would say he's cut.
Okay, so anyways.
When I hear jacked, I think of like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, like big, massive. He doesn't have big, massive muscles, but he's like toned down to no body fat.
So I'll say that. And the other thing I'll say is he's not my number one choice.
Oh, yeah? Who's yours?
Henry Cavill.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? Like, not only is he British, not only is he...
like super hot right now,
ridiculously handsome. But if you
hot right now.
But if you've seen him in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.,
yes, oh yeah,
then you would look at that and go, well, that's Bond.
Or even more recently, Argyle.
Yeah, Argyle. Then you're like, well, that's Bond.
Yeah.
That's Bond.
Yeah.
So, and Henry Cavill's 40, so he could play the role, but. You know, you could do...
How old is
33.
Okay, so he's got you got more mileage with
you got more mileage, but you could still do... I mean, Daniel Craig was Bond for what, like 15 years.
Yeah.
So you could have a 50... You could end Henry Cavill's reign as Bond at 55, right? You could reign as Bond at,
Henry,
at 60.
I don't think Henry Cavill would be interested in Bond right now.
Why?
Well, he's already really wrapped up in doing a Warhammer 40K movie.
It doesn't matter. Someone offers you Bond.
He's busy writing, producing, and probably starring in it.
Yeah. How much did Daniel...
He's probably got other stuff going on too.
Okay. Daniel Craig in total...
Oh, this is how much you made
an estimated $82.4 million. You don't turn down Bond. If they ask you to be Bond...
If anybody can turn down Bond, though.
Yeah, fair. So, I don't know.
He doesn't need it to help his career.
So, here's the thing. He's not my first choice, but I think he would make a hell of a Bond. Carl, what are your thoughts on the idea of Aaron Taylor Johnson being the new James Bond? Again, this is not confirmed yet, but there seems to be quite a bit of weight behind this rumor.
I like it. I like it a lot. Like, I seen this before you shared it with the show notes, and the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I did a little bit of digging on, like, because at first I was like, wait, who is this? Because the photo that the article had was not a great one for knowing his roles, because he had a big beard in the picture, the main picture. So I was like, wait, who is this guy? So I copied and pasted and Googled his name, and I was like, oh, okay, yes, okay.
He was in the Godzilla film too, wasn't he? Like the first.
He was in one of them.
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
This works for me.
Now, we've talked for a bit now about how physical media seems to be on its way out.
Yeah.
I mean, how
Netflix has completely dropped it.
Netflix, or even just purchasing digital stuff, right? Like, why have it take up so much space on your shelf when it can live in the cloud or on a hard drive or whatever?
Or even just on a streaming service for you.
Yeah. Now, we have talked about the benefits of physical media, right? The fact that if you own the disc, you own the disc. Yeah, that's your disc.
And in kind of not contrast, but parallel to that, the negatives of owning digital media.
Right. Nobody except for the repo guy can take away your physical copy of the disc, right?
And at this point in time, they don't even want that because it's not worth nothing in resale value.
However, there may be a light at the end of the tunnel for physical media. Now, researchers have revealed a new DVD-like disc, same shape, same size, physical size,
fit in your Blu-ray player disc.
Yes, but your Blu-ray player won't play this, right? You'd need, just like your DVD player won't play Blu-rays, you need something.
This is the next step in digital, hard copy digital technology.
So,
I guess it's not digital technology, hard copy technology.
So the big tech breakthrough is that now it's a little bit confusing, and you kind of have to know how discs work. But instead of storing information on 2 dimensions of the disc, they're able to store dimensions on 3 dimensions of the disc. They've developed a way to store data on 100 layers of the disc. Now, so hang on.
I just had this conversation with my daughter about the difference between 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions.
I don't know. I can't. I don't have an explanation for whatever you're about to ask.
No, I'm just processing this out loud.
Oh no, right? I do
because it's because like 2 dimensions, you got your X and Y axis. It's flat. So in terms of a Blu-ray or CD, it's just like the base surface of it,
right?
But we're talking like depth. So you could have like
the base surface, but then
a millimeter thick.
Oh, much smaller than that.
No, it'd be smaller, but I'm being exaggerating. Like the thicker the disc, the more space you have.
Yeah. So there's the disc, right, which you read from the center out.
Yeah.
And then there's now 99 more layers underneath that.
Yeah.
So
I'm being exact. Like like there's more because of the thickness of the disc. I mean, we could have pretty thick discs.
So
you could put a thick disc
DVDs. DVDs
double thick DVD.
Store about 400. They store about 4.5 gigs, right?
Okay.
You can fit about 4.5 gigs on a DVD. There are dual layer DVDs. You store about 8.5 gigs. Then Blu-rays came along. Blu-rays, you can store 24 gigs.
Mm-hmm. Blew those 8 gigs out of the
Blew
water.
that 8, and then dual layer Blu-rays, you can store about 50 gigs on.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why, more space on the disc, bigger file, higher res video, so on and so forth.
Lots of extra features.
Yeah. And then you've got the 4K Blu-rays and stuff like that obviously can store about 4 times, right? So you're about, instead of 24 gigs, you're about 100 gigs.
Yeah. But it's all using the same surface area.
This new DVD technology will unveil discs that instead of storing 100 gigs, can store up to 200,000 gigs, 200 terabytes on a single disc. Now,
that's more than my hard drive at home.
Yes, that's more than...
I have a 1 terabyte hard drive at home.
So 200...
That's more than my hard drive.
200 of those hard drives on one disc. Now,
that's pretty insane.
What that will mean, potentially, is, you want to buy all 34 seasons of The Simpsons?
It's all on one DVD.
Here's your disc.
Yeah.
You want to buy the entire James Bond collection in 4K? Here's your disc.
Plus extra features.
Plus the extra features, plus whatever else.
Content.
You want all of the extended Middle-earth films, Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, and all of the
extended
appendices.
edition and standard edition.
Everything. Here's your disc.
Widescreen and normal.
So I have, my DVD shelf, my DVD Blu-ray shelf in my living room has, I don't know, I want to say 200 DVDs and Blu-rays on it. That could be reduced to 2 discs. 2 discs.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Pretty crazy.
Now, I don't know, because here's the thing, right? There's still different movie studios and there's still different companies. And so the question becomes like, okay, well, yes, all right, you could buy a 3-disc set that had every film Disney's ever put out. They'd call it the Disney Master Collection or, whatever. And here's the thing, it's still, if you're buying that disc with The Simpsons on it, it's still like a $600 disc, right? Because you're buying 34 seasons. It could be more. It could be like a $1,200 disc. I don't know, right? You'd have to do the math on that. It'd probably be a little bit cheaper because you're saving on hardware and packaging and stuff like that. But then who knows what the base cost of the disc will be and so on and so forth. But if we reached a point where people had in their house, just like you used to have a disk drive in your computer. Now, I have a custom built, here in the studio, I have a custom built PC that's pretty snazzy, right? It's got the RGB in it. It's got the
fun colors,
got the, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a disk drive in it because I don't, for what, right?
Right.
But we all used to have disk drives in it. And a lot of us used to have disk burners in our PCs, right? You could burn your music discs.
I'm pretty sure they're pretty much standard with anything now, aren't they still?
Why? They were, but now they don't exist. Burner discs, burner drives, they don't exist anymore. Well, they exist, but you have to specifically want one and put it in your computer.
They're back to when it was original, when they first came out.
But if they made it, this is how this technology would become useful. If they made it so you, Carl, could go out and you could buy your new copy, your fresh off-the-shelf copy of the Human Centipede 6.
Okay.
And you take it home, but you don't have to keep it on. You take it home, you throw it on your computer, you burn it over onto that disc, right? And then your entire movie collection exists on 3 discs. I don't know. I don't know if this will turn into a thing. I don't know if this is going to bring back physical media, but it's wicked cool. This is a ridiculous leap forward. What are your thoughts? Does a 200,000 gigabyte disc, 200 terabyte disc stand to bring back physical media in any way or form?
I can't see it bringing back physical media for movies and TV. Maybe for long-running TV shows like The Simpsons. I think that's a great example of a use.
You want every Assassin's Creed game? Here's your disc.
I was just about to say, I see it falling really like the video game industry.
Here's the Ubisoft collection.
Like video games have, like movies, are moving more and more into the digital space. But I see, the them using that much space on a disc affords a developer of a video game so much opportunity, because that is the limiting factor a lot of times. That and the hardware they're being played on, those two things. And usually the storage space, the amount of digital product they can put into the game to make the game, is a limiting factor, because people can only download so much and only want to have so much on their hard drive, and they can only put so much on a Blu-ray player, or a Blu-ray disc rather, right? So like, I've got on my hard drive at home for video games, multiple dozens, like probably 4 or 5 dozen games. Most of them I don't play anymore, but I still have them on my 1 terabyte hard drive. It's probably maybe half full.
Yeah.
Right? A developer could go pretty ham crazy on amount of content they can throw into a game with that much space available on the disc. At that point, the limiting factor is no longer space available on the product you're selling, but the ability, what you're using to play it, the system or the computer.
Wrap your head around this for a second. I just did a quick Google search and then did some math. You could release a disc that had all 998 original Xbox games, right? All 998 games that were ever available for the original Microsoft Xbox on one disc. And it would take up 5% of that disc.
Yeah. And that's crazy.
5%.
Right? Like, my thought goes to games like the Elder Scrolls. Oblivion is a massive game in terms of storage space. Like there's a lot of digital information crammed into that thing, and they do a lot of creative stuff so that they can do it. Right? The way they kind of make things invisible behind the scenes in different areas, and the way they craft the worlds. But yeah, like, you don't have to worry about that near as much if you've got that much space.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be nuts.
Yeah.
The games they could make.
Like how much, it'd probably be quicker for you than me on my phone. How much hard drive space or CD-ROM, DVD space is Oblivion? Or not Oblivion, Skyrim.
How many gigs is Skyrim?
I don't know if that would tell you how much is in the game itself, like on the disc.
Special edition.
That might just be what it takes.
It's about 22 gigs
to download.
It's small. Yeah, it's small. Because it's an older game, right? Like rougher graphics.
I guess now.
How big is the biggest
Starfield's smaller
game
technically,
gigabytes? Ark Survival Evolved. If you download that and you download all the DLC and everything for it, it's 400 gigs, which is big.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare is next with 235. Borderlands 3 Director Cut is 135. And then Black Ops Cold War, obviously Red Dead Redemption 2 is on there at 120. So yeah.
Yeah.
But you could make ridiculously huge games.
The worlds you can create could be exponentially larger. I mean, you're going to end up giving yourself a crap ton more work now because of that.
No, procedurally generated
procedurally generated does not take up as much space.
No.
Right? Because it's generating that content as you play.
But have you seen all that new...
It's an algorithm that they've created to create the content. It's not an actual where... So a great example, sticking with the same developer, Bethesda, you've got Skyrim. Everything is handcrafted. Literally everything is hand-placed, hand-created. Nothing's procedure. They just came out recently with Starfield.
Yeah.
90% of that content
procedurally generated.
Every time 90% of the planets that you land on, there's this massive galaxy. You can land on any planet within this galaxy. There's thousands of planets.
I gave up on that game so fast.
But 90% of those planets, the minute you land on it, an algorithm spits out, this is what's going to be on this planet. So it's not the same.
But have you seen the recent Unreal demos where now video game development, they can be like, oh, and you want to add a river? Just click and drop a river. And the engine figures it all out. So, I mean, video game development, world map development is becoming easier and easier.
For the handcrafted stuff like Skyrim had done. There's not all the coding and all that stuff has become a creating of the engines.
Yeah.
And then the making of the world using those engines is more like a Microsoft Office.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. I think it was last week when we talked about how The Acolyte was a Star Wars project that was actually coming.
Yeah.
And we got our first teaser.
Yeah.
Carl, did you watch the teaser?
I did.
And?
Watch the trailer. Teaser.
Is it well, no, it says official trailer.
Yeah, it's a trailer.
Which means this is all you're going to have to watch.
Aside
from the
2
show.
minutes long, essentially.
Yeah.
Minus
15
minutes.
seconds. Yeah.
It's a
What'd
trailer.
You think? Okay, I'll give my thoughts first. I have 3 thoughts. Number 1, ultimately, I was a little underwhelmed by the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of thought this was going to be a little darker, a little grittier, and maybe it still will be. It's just a trailer. Maybe it's a shit trailer.
Right.
But it just seemed a little the trailer seemed a little PG for what I thought this show was going to be. Number 2, this trailer reeks of the volume.
What do you mean the volume?
The volume is that 360 LED wall thing that The Mandalorian made real famous.
Really? Because apparently they're not using that very much.
Really? It seemed to me...
I'm not... Yeah, I'll get into my stuff later.
Okay.
But I seen something where the director said they were trying to use as much practical effect as they could.
Well, it seemed very volumey to me. And I don't know, maybe that's just the feel of Star Wars now. I don't know. But number 3, what I will say is, damn, it felt good to see a Jedi Force wielding centric Star Wars project. That to me, at the very least, was exciting. Everything else aside, a little underwhelming. Yeah, it felt a little television-y, not real cinematic-y. To me, I don't know. But damn, did it feel good to see something centered around the Jedi and the Sith. Carl, what are your thoughts on this trailer?
Yeah, I don't know. It felt more stylized than what we have seen in the past for Star Wars stuff. Like, anytime we see in this trailer a Jedi kind of mix it up, it felt very Hong Kong Kung Fu movie.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if is a bad thing or not. Yeah. So one of my biggest gripes is there's a line in this trailer, and I'm kind of skipping through it here, trying to find the line with closed captioning, so it's a little tricky. So there's a line about power. Something about struggling for power, or oh man, help me out if you can. You know the line I'm talking about?
No.
Oh man. I don't want to sit here quiet trying to find it, but anyway, the line made me go, what? No, what? It makes me feel like the director, who's also played a big hand in the writing, doesn't get Star Wars, which is compounded by a lot of the interviews and other things I've seen her talk about, which make me feel like she doesn't understand what Star Wars is about.
Who, Carrie-Anne Moss?
Yeah.
Really?
Because the line goes something about like, it's about who controls the power and something like it's all about power, and power is all about who's in control or something like that. And it made me feel like, and this kind of goes in line with some of the things that the director Carrie-Anne Moss has said about like things aren't black and white and stuff like that. And I'm like, no. The Sith and the Jedi are black and that's the whole point of the Sith and the Jedi. The Sith are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Period. Right? Like, and I know they're not canon anymore, even though the character is canon now, but the Darth Bane novels do a great job of telling the story of the Sith Lord who creates the rule of two. He himself destroys the entire Sith order, which at that time numbered in the thousands, hundreds of thousands. He destroys all the Sith and creates the rule of two and plunges the Sith into darkness and subterfuge and stealth.
Right.
Because he understands that the dark side is more powerful when it's focused in on a few people.
Right.
And this just, I don't know, it just, that line, I hope you're still looking for it, because
I am.
It makes me go, that's not what the dark side is about. Like, the dark side isn't weak because I need to know the quote so I can accurately depict my thoughts here. It makes me worried that, because I really loved all the what do they call it now? The canon that's not canon, the Legends content.
Right.
Like you've read a number of the Legends books before they were axed from canon.
Yeah.
I've read a number of them and they were great. So it really kind of sucks that they're not. And some of them have been brought back into canon. Some of them, like Darth Bane, the character has been brought back.
This is a quote from the trailer, yeah?
I thought so. I was pretty sure it was.
I see fire.
Maybe it was there a teaser?
Yeah. Well, no, there's just this.
It's just this.
That's all we've gotten.
Maybe it's just
someone is killing
maybe it's
Jedi.
something I've seen her
it doesn't
say
make sense.
in a interview. Then
what happened? I sensed darkness.
There it was. This isn't about good or bad. This is about power. Is the quote.
Right. Okay.
Well, it is about good and bad. Star Wars has always been about good and bad, dark and light, and the battle between them. There's power at play, but it's been about the dark side versus the light side. And there's no redeeming quality for the dark side. The dark side is bad. The dark side is evil. There's no redeeming quality for the dark side.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
Right. So that line makes me go, along with some of the other stuff that, like I said, in interviews I've seen the director/writer Carrie talk about, makes me go, I don't know if this is going to be what I want. It's going to be something, and it's going to be based on something Star Wars, but it's not, I don't know if it's going to be something I want and I like.
Yeah, because the Jedi, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, there's a line in, is the prequels? Yes, Obi-Wan says to Anakin? Yes, on Mustafar, right before they start fighting. He says, you know, only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Right.
And it's kind of not true, because the Jedi have dealt in absolutes to a fault.
Yeah.
To a fault. And it's kind of what Luke discovers. I mean, like or dislike the sequel trilogy, it's kind of the conclusion that Luke arrives at, where he's like, he's just sick of it all. He's like, and that's not something I disliked about prequel Luke, Disney prequel Luke, because sequel Luke, because even Legends book Luke kind of takes the Jedi Order in that direction, and that, well, attachment is important, and attachment is what saved my father, and you should be able to marry and love, and so even I don't disagree with like that, right? And that's one of the reasons the prequel stories are so interesting, is because the Jedi became so rigid. They failed to see the darkness creeping in on them, right? They ended up becoming the thing they were trying to protect against. To a degree. Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
You
gotta wait and see.
There's, like I said, the combat, while not unappealing, is very different.
Yeah.
And it looks Star Wars, and it looks fun because of that. But some of the content, specifically that one line, and some of the interviews that I've seen, and the director talk about what she wanted to make and what she wanted to see Star Wars become, and it's like, it just makes me feel like, okay, a director kind of, when they're working on a project, might put some of their own spin and feel and creativity into something, but when you have such a beloved property, it's not your property to do whatever the hell you want to do with. And I feel like that's what's happening.
But it is.
It's not, we had this conversation when we talked about Madam Web. It's not hers. It's Disney's.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure.
It's not hers to do whatever the hell they want.
It's not hers.
It's not, it's also not my product that she's messing with. Like, I'm just a fan. But I'm a fan. And I know that my opinion of Star Wars equates with a number of other, like, it's pretty.
Oh, for sure. Ultimately, right now, it's Kathleen Kennedy's property to do whatever she wants with.
as long as Bogart gives it a thumbs up.
Right.
But yeah, I am really, I'm not excited about this.
Moving on. We have another teaser. So the Star Wars Acolyte thing was a trailer.
Yeah.
Which means that's, aside from watching and reviewing the show with me, that's all you have to watch.
Yay. Good.
This is just a teaser, which means there might be a trailer, which means you're going to have to watch that. But it's the teaser for Colin Farrell's The Penguin. Matt Reeves is Colin Farrell in The Penguin.
Yeah.
A spin-off to the Robert Pattinson Batman film that we got.
Right.
Where Colin Farrell is all but unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Like,
he does not look like Colin Farrell at all.
Like, it's really impressive.
The makeup and wardrobe team did I don't know how this didn't win an Emmy or a nomination for something. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, his makeup alone should have won somebody something at somewhere.
It looks. Here's my take on it.
Also, he did a great job in that makeup.
To sell it. He looks. The trailer, the teaser, the show looks well shot. It looks high energy. It kind of has like a mobster, like Irishman, Godfather-esque kind of quality to it. I don't know how interested I am in this. And this is coming from like massive Batman fan. Give me everything Batman related. I'm going to gobble it up.
Whether Batman's in it or not.
Well, and that's a question too, right? And that's so up
to this point, whether Batman's in it or not, because you're like a huge fan of the Joker.
Yes.
And again, during our Madam Web discussion, we talked about, was it Madam Web? We talked about that, like joke because, I think it was. We got way off track in Madam Web and talked about stuff that wasn't Madam Web.
Wonderfully
Madam
off
Web
track.
sucked. Spoiler
alert. I don't know. I just don't know if this is a show that I mean, I'm going to watch it. We're going to watch it. We'll review it. We'll make a date of it. It'll be nice.
Sure. You buy me flowers. I'll buy you chocolates.
Yeah. Kiss each other on the doorstep but
you'll caress my buttocks gently.
I just don't know. Like, it's kind of one of those situations where if you were to ask me, how was the Penguin in the Batman? I would say he was a great supporting character.
Right.
And I just don't know. It's kind of like the Minions situation, right?
See, he wasn't even an antagonist in.
Well, I mean, no, he kind of was.
The Riddler chase was the antagonist.
Yes, but there was a car chase and a whatever. But
he's a supporting character. He's supporting the chaos that the Riddler is unfolding.
And so it's kind of like the Minions situation, right? In Despicable Me, the Minions are fantastic.
Great supporting character.
You give them their own
characters.
Yeah, you give them their own movie, and it's kind of like
it's a lot of beep-bop jokes. Like literally beep-bop.
It's like, what's his name? Is it Scat from the Ice Age films? The little Scrat?
I think it's Scratch. Or it might be Scrat. Yeah.
That's like people always like trying to get his acorn, and it's just not hilarious. But I couldn't do 90 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Right?
An hour would be pushed in it.
And so I just don't know. And so
Pinky and the Brain was only a 30-minute episode.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where I fall on this.
And within that episode, there was 2 adventures.
I'm gonna kind of have to wait and see how this unfolds. I'm not against it, but I just don't know if I'm on board yet. Carl, I have 2 questions for you. Number 1, what do you think of the teaser? Does the show interest you? And number 2, over under 50% that we see the bat.
Well, I'll answer 2 first. I'm going to go with under. I don't think you're going to get Batman out of this. This is it? Do we know if this is a prequel or a sequel?
We will in a second.
I don't think that changes the odds. I think you still don't get Batman. You don't get Robert Pattinson in for this as well.
Will serve as a prequel, yeah. So he's as a prequel to the Batman Part 2. So it happens between films.
The films. Yeah, I don't think you see him. You might get you'll definitely get talk of him. You'll probably get like a shadowy figure, but you're not getting Robert Pattinson in the suit.
Right. Maybe a silhouette.
Yeah. So just some stand-in wearing a suit in the dark. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence with you on this one, and I'm on the fence because for this, I'm uninterested in these roles. These movies about villains.
Right. This is a series, but
who was it I was talking about that I was really was it Echo that I was really I've been hating on Echo pretty hard. But when we talked about Madam Web, who was it that I was talking about being really uninterested in seeing a film for?
I don't know, but we were talking about villains in general.
Yeah, I think we were floating around.
We're like, Green Goblin and
yeah, but like there was some character that I was like, they're a C-class hero at best or villain. I'm not interested. I can't remember who it was.
I don't know,
but this is like in terms of Batman's rogue gallery. If you were to rank villains and their importance in Batman's life, he's B to A tier.
Penguin, yeah,
right. He's pretty up. Like he would be a really cool standalone potential film, right?
Oswald
Cobblepot. It works for Joker. It should work for Penguin and Mr. Freeze, and
yeah, but Joker is just
yeah. So I especially as spin-off stuff like. Joker works, and we talked about this. Joker works because it's off on its own, doing its own thing.
Yeah.
Right? This is directly connected to
the Batman.
A Batman we've already seen. I don't care what Penguin's doing between the movies.
We've already seen this Penguin.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what Mr. Freeze is doing between the movies. I don't care what Joker's doing between the movies. I want to go watch Batman kick Joker's butt. I want to go watch Batman have trouble dealing with Freeze because Freeze is a villain with a heart.
Right.
I want to go watch Batman deal with Croc because Croc's a monster. And he's human.
Penguin's just kind of evil for the sake of evil. Like he's
a gangster.
Self-serving.
He's a gangster. There are some iterations on where he's got some weird kind of freakiness.
No, don't even. Danny DeVito is
usually not even powers. Usually just some kind of freakiness going on. There's the animated Batman made him a pretty proficient fighter.
Yeah.
But that was about it. Like, that's usually the extent of his abilities. Usually he's not even the fighter. He's throwing goons at Batman.
I know it's not comic accurate, but Danny DeVito in Batman Returns is friggin' the legend.
It was gold class casting.
So good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not interested in Kraven the Hunter. I'm not. I don't care about their origin and their standalone story. want to see that person interact with the hero, because that's what makes them interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Like they can have an interesting backstory and have an interesting character study, but unless they're that black is paired up against the white trying to defeat them, I don't know. It just falls flat for me.
All right. Moving on. Another teaser. And oh my God. There's only...
How many times did you change your pants watching this?
Well, I've watched it 300 times.
And did you change your pants each time?
And there's only 4 words that really do this trailer justice, and that is, the juice is loose. Oh my God. The teaser trailer for Beetlejuice is here, and it is...
Brady's head over heels.
What's the word I'm looking...
His feet are literally over his head right now.
What's the word I'm looking for? I think it's perfection.
I wish we had a camera.
This teaser gave us more than it needed to. This teaser could have very easily not given us any speaking lines from Michael Keaton, but it chose to.
Yeah, it
and that was great.
Did like shadowy figures in the background, real teases.
So we get the juice is loose line, and that's great. It's not my favorite Beetlejuice line still. My favorite Beetlejuice line is still from obviously the first one, and it's when he's like, "We've come for your daughter, Chuck." Like, it's just such a great, so good. So they have recreated the feel perfectly, right? The town is just exactly the way it was, and the house is there. They rebuilt the house because I don't know if you know this, the house from the first one was built for the film and then torn down afterwards. So they had to rebuild it on the same hill for this one. But she walks up the stairs to the attic, and the attic is the same, and she pulls the tarp off of the model, and the model's all the same, and it just like it's... And Winona Ryder's not aged a day. Like, yeah, they've done the hair and the makeup and whatever to make her look like Lydia Dietz, but she looks great. Jenna Ortega's perfect casting in something like this. We get Catherine O'Hara back.
Oh, what a gem! What
a gem!
Like, so have you ever watched Schitt's Creek?
Brienne's really big into it.
Me and my wife watched the whole thing from start to finish. It's gold, and she's probably one of my favorite. Like, it's one of those shows where every character has moments that are your favorite.
Yeah.
But man, her character just and her acting in it just always shine through.
Well, I was watching an interview with her where she was saying that that her character in that show, let me pull it up here because I'm gapping. What's the name?
David, I need you, David.
What's the name of her character in that show?
Oh man, so good.
Moira Rose.
Yeah.
She has said is sort of a spiritual, like the spiritual continuation of Delia Dietz, right? Like, it's a very similar kind of just obnoxious, wealthy, self-centered. This trailer, man, this teaser, I am so stoked. Like, I've said this before. I've said this about The Flash and Michael Keaton back as Batman. I've said this about the fact that we're getting the Ghostbusters movies. I've said this about so many things. But my God, what a time to be alive as a fan.
Yeah.
Like,
just hope they don't let you down.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not going into it expecting it to be better than the original, right? Or as good as the original.
Setting your sights low, are you?
But the fact, shut up. But the fact that in 2024, we're getting another Beetlejuice movie with Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara and
yeah,
directed by Tim Burton.
Whether it's good, whether it is good,
music
or it's
by
bad,
Danny Elfman.
Right now, before seeing it, the vibes are nothing but good.
It's just nothing but good.
Yeah.
Like it's just
excitement and tingly. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
And the fact that the title of this one basically begs for a third one.
Yeah.
Begs for a third one.
If there's not a post-credit scene for a third one, then
I also love in this teaser how they're burying Charles Dietz, Lydia's father, because obviously the actor that played Charles, Jeffrey Jones, was like blacklisted from Hollywood because he's got all sorts of like sex convictions and
I was
like
unaware of any
little kid diddling and stuff like that.
Okay.
I think, but like some creepy like he's
not coming back.
It's like child porn stuff and stuff. Yeah, he's not. He's hanging out with Jared from Subway right now. Like he's not in the picture. And they make it very clear in the trailer. They're like, yeah, we killed him. Like he's dead.
we killed him off immediately.
And I don't think he'll be showing up as a ghost. I think
his ghost died too.
Kind of out of the question. Oh, so excited. Carl, what are your thoughts on the trailer? Are you a Beetlejuice fan?
I have watched the original and I did thoroughly. I think I'm as much of a fan as you, but I did, I watched it. I've seen it a couple times. I watched the cartoon growing up. So I would say I'm very interested in this, and I guess I say I'm a fan. Sure.
And what do you think of the second one?
Yeah, oh man, it's intriguing. It does what a teaser should do.
The white and black suit.
It's sinking the hook in, and it's pulling me in and getting me excited, and the juice is loose.
I was surprised.
And I'm like, oh yeah, it is.
I was surprised that's what he said, because I think everyone in that moment when he came up and he stuck his hands out, I think everyone thought he was going to say, it's showtime. But it's so good.
Or something sexist toward Lydia.
Or something. Yeah. All right, moving on.
The creepy is.
So Marvel doesn't know how to do TV shows. Is that, with the exception, like they came out of the gate real strong with WandaVision, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier was okay. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
The first season of Loki got a little weird, but it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got stuff like Hawkeye, Moon Knight, She-Hulk. I thought Miss Marvel was great. We did great with that one.
Yeah.
Echo.
There were a bunch of people that didn't like it because it was a pretty stark departure from what we've gotten so far from the TV shows.
Yes.
And also from kind of a traditional superhero origin, because it was a little bit more lighthearted and fun.
But I thought it was great.
A little bit more like, almost like the way Shazam was kind of lighthearted and fun.
Yes.
Like all the kind of cutscene drawing graphics explaining some stuff. Yeah. So it was very different. So some people didn't like it for that, a lot of that kind of stuff. But I was with you. Like I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Her power set's not the same, which kind of makes sense because the way she gets her powers in the comics is she's exposed to a gas that unlocks her genetic potential because she's kind of a mutant or an inhuman. They call her an inhuman, but now she's a mutant. Comics is weird because there's Inhumans, which kind of like mutants, but they're not mutants.
Yeah.
And then there's mutants. And she was originally an Inhuman, but now she's actually a mutant. So I don't know what the hell's going on over but Marvel Comics. But anyway, her power set's not the same, but they did a really good job, even though they changed it, of kind of capturing the same kind of essence and feel.
Yeah.
Right. In the comics, she's kind of like a little bit like Mr. Fantastic in that she can stretch a bit, but she more uses it to like grow herself and parts of her body.
Yeah.
And in the Spider-Man and Friends show my son watches, she said her catchphrase when she does, she's like, "Embiggen!" and she like makes her hand massive and swats,
which is lame and would never work in an
no,
live
but it kind
action.
of like it gets the like visually in an audio podcast gets the idea across of what she does. But so in terms of her using the light constructs to kind of create those big hands that can catch people and was really cool. And then they also kind of used it kind of creatively in that she can create steps and things that she can jump on and surf on and slide on. And I thought that was pretty creative and cool.
So in a recent interview with Brad Winderbaum, and for those of you who don't know who Brad Winderbaum is the head of streaming, television, and animation at Marvel Studios. So streaming, television, and animation.
So he's in charge of X-Men 97.
X-Men 97.
Have you seen the first 2 episodes?
I have not.
Oh, man.
Are they good?
Oh, man.
So he's in charge of X-Men 97, the upcoming Daredevil Born Again, Echo, like it, just all of the streaming stuff, right? He was doing an interview. And in that interview, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came up. Now, there was a point in time where the MCU was ironclad, pretty ironclad. It was solid.
Mm-hmm.
But even despite all of that, there was one kind of black mark. There was a little bit of red in the ledger, and that was a stupid-ass show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Stupid-ass show. Just dumb.
I've never actually watched it.
It's just garbage.
Never watched it.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came up, and he said that's probably the next show that is gonna kind of get a revisit and revive a really strong and one of my favorite pockets of our universe and fandom. You never know is the answer, he says. Why?
Honestly, I don't see it happening.
It can't.
Well,
it mustn't.
Not with the recent news we've heard about a bunch of stuff getting canned and quietly shelved.
Yeah, they're literally taking projects that show some potential and going, but not enough potential, and canning them.
We need aces right now, and these are 8s in the hand at best.
Yeah. And so
they're
there's
not
no
even a
way.
face card.
There's no way. So in short, my response to this is hell no, please no. Oh God, please no. Carl, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not interested. It's not a show I ever seen. Mostly because it took forever to hit streaming because it wasn't a streaming. It was a syndicated show.
It was on television.
So I haven't paid for TV in almost probably
20 years,
18, 19 years now.
Yeah.
Maybe longer. So yeah, like I never saw it. It came on Netflix eventually, I think. And
this is so weird. Anytime
at that point, I was just like, yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't it feel like a time portal anytime you're like staying in a hotel and you start flipping through channels and you're like, what is happening?
You're just not even flipping. You find something to watch and all of a sudden it cuts to a commercial. And it's like, oh yeah,
that was a thing.
This is a thing still.
I feel like Robin Williams in Jumanji where he's like, what year is it? Like, yeah. So I hope this doesn't happen.
Yeah,
it's garbage.
I can't see it happening.
No.
This is wishful thinking from a wishful thinker.
Moving on to our final topic. Avengers 5. Avengers 5 was Kang Dynasty. Then we reported recently that it looked like it was going to get a title change, and it was now officially just for now being referred to Avengers 5. I'm sure it will get its own subtitle. But it seemed kind of like, it kind of felt like we were moving in the direction of just writing the whole Kang thing out, with the drama going on with Jonathan Majors, and the fact that outside of that, the character kind of just never took off. Like it just...
They fumbled the character big time. Like
big time.
He should have been a great major threat for them to launch from for the new kind of big bad, and they've mishandled him with every step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Like we've mentioned bunch of times, it doesn't help when you keep killing your big bad.
Yeah, when ants are able to kill.
And okay, he's like a man of time and space and multiverse, and he's like impossible to truly kill off. But at the same time, you keep killing him, so he's not that hard to beat.
Yeah. So originally, there was a guy named, what's his first name? His last name, Jeff.
Murdoch.
Jeff. The studio executives supposedly believed they got the right move, trusting writer Jeff Loveness to set the stage for the next Avengers films by having Kang the Conqueror, the main Kang variant, defeated by Ant-Man. Great. Last year, we learned that Loveness was fired from working on Avengers 5.
Go figure!
Due to the response to the Ant-Man movie threequel, and not because Marvel Studios is moving away from Kang, per se. It was said his version of Avengers Kang Dynasty had the majority of the multiverse saga's leads, minus Thor, for some reason, battling Kang's variant on Earth. Despite the villain's presence, the story was supposedly largely grounded and light on full-blown multiverse elements.
Thor's off-world, so that makes sense.
Now, it sounds like not too long ago, a rumor started circulating online suggesting Fear of the Walking Dead star Coleman DiMaggio is the frontrunner to replace Majors as Kang in the MCU. And that Loki and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse Madness writer Michael Waldron is now penning both movies, both Avengers 5 and Secret Wars, and his vision is thought to be similar to the original, but puts a greater emphasis on multiverse before giving alternate reality heroes a much larger role in Avengers Secret Wars. So Avengers Secret Wars supposedly now is going to give a lot of wiggle room, or a lot of screen time to multiverse alternate reality heroes, it says. So variations on, which is we already said, like, there's going to be an alternate friggin' Tony Stark's going to show up, and Steve Rogers, and like it's going to be the full blown, they're just going to go ham with it. But it does look like they've officially dropped the title Kang Dynasty, but it looks like they're still just replacing Kang, the actor playing Kang, and that Kang is still the direction we're going
somewhere.
So I don't know what's happening anymore. At this point,
I don't know if they know what's going on.
Marvel has begun shitting the bed, and I kind of hope that they just hurry up and have full-blown diarrhea and then start to recover and get back from the hole that we've fallen into, because there's been some stumbles.
Oh, yeah.
And like, they need to get their feet under them. So I don't know how I feel about this. Carl, what are your thoughts? I am listening, but I had to say, Carl, what are your thoughts?
No, you guys just let me.
And
say
then you
it.
get
Listen,
go.
Just shut up and listen. Okay, so we are due for an Avengers film. We're probably, like, if you compare,
we're overdue.
The content we got before
just
the first
Avenger
film.
Yeah, we're overdue.
We've gotten like triple the amount of content since we got our last Avengers film. We're due for an ensemble Avengers film.
Yeah.
That being said, we're not ready for an Avengers film.
No.
Who are our Avengers?
We don't know.
No, like if you, based on what we have from the Infinity Saga, what's left over, who do you have?
Who do I think?
You got Ant-Man.
Like,
you could pull Thor. You could pull Hawkeye out of retirement and do like an old man Hawkeye, I guess. You could.
Are we only talking original members?
She-Hulk. I'm talking about like adult members.
So Shang-Chi. I was gonna say Kate Bishop, but it looks like they're roping her into Young Avengers.
Yeah, I don't think you pull kids in for an Avengers film. You do in a Young Avengers film.
I would say Florence Pugh, but she's
who?
That's the Widow's sister.
Oh, okay, Widow.
But that's gonna. Well, no, Widow's dead.
But she's taking on the mantle. She's still a Black Widow is a title for all the people.
But she's just going to. But
she's
tied up in Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
So Bruce, you could have Hulk, whatever.
So you have two big green baddie heroes. You get She-Hulk and Hulk on the same screen. I mean, it works in the comics. It could work in
Black Panther.
Yes, You don't have a Black Panther.
Yeah, we do.
Well, I guess you have. Yeah,
we do.
Shuri. Yeah,
she's so badass.
Yeah, she's all right.
So there's enough there when you think about that's more than the original lineup was. You've got Falcon or Captain, whoever that is.
Okay,
you've got Bucky.
So you have enough.
Yep.
I'll. That's more than my initial when I first was thinking about this because it just. But I'll
concede
that point.
Yeah.
There's enough.
Yep.
But having listed them off,
Captain Marvel.
It's not a great list.
That's a powerful list.
I don't know.
Captain Marvel, Black Panther.
I'm not thinking power.
Shang-Chi.
I'm not thinking power wise. I'm thinking like dynamic wise, like on screen presence, compatibility.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem.
I don't know.
When you start this is a problem the MCU was always going to face. When you start your cinematic universe off, as they should, with Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the Hulk, like with your the Avengers.
Yeah. At
where
least
do you go
three
from
of
there?
the Iconics plus a couple more of the
where do you go from there, right? And no matter what you do, once you kind of retire them out of the franchise, it's gonna feel like a little more of a niche quasi team.
And I agree with that. But with all the missteps they've taken, they haven't done themselves justice to set themselves that, and that's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Right? Because these aren't brand new characters to the screen. You're taking characters that you've already built story for and creating an ensemble.
Yeah.
And based on that, maybe two of them are really interesting to me.
Shang-Chi. And let me guess. Shang-Chi and Thor. But it sounds like they're not using Thor.
The last Thor film kind of threw Thor out, might throw Thor out for me.
But he's got a kid now. So he's on diaper duty, so he can't come fight with the Avengers.
If he leaves her alone with somebody to be babysat, then maybe. Leaves her with
Valkyrie.
But
maybe Valkyrie will be part of the Avengers, right?
I still think Ant-Man's you can still use Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I still think he'd be like Shang-Chi and Ant-Man, I think are interesting characters. Other than that, I'm uninterested
Pepper.
with
We see Pepper's in full fighting gear.
She is, but she's not interested in being a hero. Our MCU Pepper is not interested in being a hero. She's there because she kind of has to be or everybody dies. She's kind of forced into it, in my opinion.
What's the character's name?
But like Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, the way they've handled her, she's uninteresting. She's not going to add anything to an ensemble. Maybe she'd play better in an ensemble. She played pretty well in the ensembles she had, but she didn't have a lot of screen time compared to everybody else in the Avengers film she was in. That's Young Avenger, though. Yeah,
but she's like, how old is she in the movies now? She's in her 20s.
Late teens.
She's in her 20s.
I don't know. I'm not interested in Shuri as Black Panther. I think she's more interesting as the smartest
Spider-Man.
Wakanda. Spider-Man would be cool and interesting, but that's a whole nother problem because of Sony.
And he's also a kid. Well, it's not another problem. Marvel's still allowed to use him.
If they can get the contracts worked out with Sony.
It's still in a good spot right now.
I don't know. It's Avengers. The MCU is in such a mess. It's not ready for an Avengers film. It's the point. The final point. It's the point that's trying to be made here.
Yeah.
On top of that, if they want to do Secret Wars, which I think is a great storyline that needs to be told cinematically and would work great cinematically in terms of the multiverse and timeline stuff that they've set up. I think it would be awesome right now. But I also think it's too soon because there's more groundwork to be laid for it. Like, as much as I want it, as much as I think it can fix the MCU, because it's essentially a reset button when it's done and over.
Mm-hmm.
I think in terms, if you're comparing the new phase, I'll just call the stuff post Endgame new phase and the other stuff old phase. If you compare new phase to old phase, Endgame is the Infinity War saga. There's the Infinity War movie, right? Like, you got to do one or two more Avengers movie before you even get to Secret Wars.
Yeah. Well, we're getting the Avengers 5.
But they're thinking about calling it Secret Wars and doing Secret Wars. As the article
they're thinking about calling it Secret Wars Part 1 and 2.
Like
that's speculation. Yeah, we don't know that that's what they're thinking. In my opinion,
I think that's too soon.
Yeah, we don't know that that's what they're thinking.
At the same time, MCU's in a freaking mess, and maybe they want to hit the reset button early. I don't know. I wouldn't
complain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all listed below. We have a Patreon page, whereas for as little as $1 a month, you can support the show, get some fun bonus content in return, including, before too long, Carl and I will sit down and do this greatest inventions of all time kind of bracket playoffs thing. And we have merch.
Clothes you can put on your body. We need some new merch, though.
You say this every day. Like,
we do, but
I don't know why. I set you up to say something great, and you just say the same thing every time. What?
We should have greatest invention ever merch.
The Movie Men podcast, the greatest invention ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then have a bracket, and in each bracket is just the Movie Men podcast.
The Movie Men podcast?
Movie Men podcast versus Movie Men podcast versus...
All right, I'll make that happen. Yeah, we'll do it.
I think that'd be fun.
We'll do it.